Good morning, everyone. Welcome to RagsToRiches. So initially, the game starts with the main panel, and in the main panel, we have four kinds of statuses, right? The age status increments by itself, and the other three statuses have to be managed by the player. For the second panel, we have the wallet, and the player has to control their split rate. So they can manage the retirement fund, right? As well as the player can calculate their income tax and obviously pay it. So for the hungers panel, we have five kinds of food, and we've tried to include realistic prices, so the player can decide to buy, for example, pasticci. And as you can see, the health decreases and the hunger increases, right? So if the health or hunger reach a level of 0, the player would lose the game. Then we have the store panel, and for the store panel, we've only included 3 items for prototyping. We've tried to make the prices realistic as well, and depending on what item you buy, that will increase your experience level. We will discuss the experience level later on in the other 2 panels. So then we have the education panel, right? And the player has the option to learn any kind of subject they want. They would obviously require to have the funds for that, and depending on which subject you learn, that will open up new doors in the jobs panel. So if I decide to learn business, for example, the online business job would be available for the player. So right now we haven't bought the business, so online business is still unavailable. Then we have included 5 jobs, and we have created a minigame for the cooking job, pizza delivery, and construction. Simply for prototyping, of course, and later on in the future we may increase the number of minigames depending on how many jobs we include. So the idea behind the minigame is that we want to teach the player to work hard for a particular score, right? And the score will be reflected in the money status. So if the player plays well in the cooking game, right, they will earn a particular score, and that score will be multiplied by 5, and the result will be shown in the money section. So for the cooking game, we've created a fruit slicing game, right? As you can see, we have a timer over here. That is because we want to reflect real life scenarios where a person may only work for a limited amount of time, say for example 8 hours a day. So that way we can manage to control on how much money the player earns. For the pizza delivery game, we've included a dodging game. Later on we can swap the blocks with cars to make it realistic. And for the construction game, we've created a box stacking game. So as you can see, the score increases. Obviously, each game has a specific timer, of course. And as I said, later on we may include a number of other minigames. The game is obviously playable right now on PC as well as on Android devices. So the main idea behind our game was to include the game for Android devices, and later on we may as well include another game for iPhone. So as I said before, we've really worked hard to bring out the lesson that a player has to really work hard and play as best as possible, right? To be able to manage their 3 statuses and be able to prepare themselves for retirement, I guess. We also have backend logic, which takes care of deducting taxes as well. Hope you've enjoyed it, and thank you very much.